Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little review. In the last part, we had a number of events happening. Now, Deku, him, Kami, Bakugo, and Shinso were all targeted by mercenaries. And Deku, he definitely had quite the fight ahead of him. He wasn't expecting it to happen, but he's gone on a few more missions. He has begun to settle into his daily life of taking the odd job and training one for all to get stronger, along with knowing the fact that in the coming future, more power may be thrown his direction. And that certainly is quite dangerous. Now, Deku, whenever he was driving into town, Danger Sense went off and alerted him to a sniper in the forest. And that led to Deku testing the gadgets put in his car and taking out quite a number of people. He even fought the leader of a mercenary team, a man who had 2 quirks, and Deku, he, thanks to Danger Sense, was able to evade more lethal damage. He took 2 heavy slashes against his back, and he does have bruising that will soon form. However, he managed to take the guy down, break all his limbs, make sure he doesn't bite his tongue off, and bring him in for Midnight to have her fun with. Now, everyone, they were checked in on, and whenever it was found out that this attack wasn't just against Deku, they called everybody in. Right now, the agencies are looking at everything. Families are being deployed in their own specific circumstances to find out what they can do. Whoever's specialty is what, they're on that mission. If they know how to track, they're tracking. If they know how to fly, they're scouring the area. Hell, if they can hear a butterfly fart from half a mile away, they're getting their ass worked right now. They're getting out there and trying to find even a crumb of their fucking sandwich if they can. Hell, they want to know what that person had for lunch. They're trying to be as thorough as possible. And Deku, after having his injuries tended to, was called in to talk to the boss himself, along with Kami. Now, Deku, he currently does it a walk into the room as Aizawa, he does it a stand there. Right now, him going to somewhat talk to Tenko, turning and going to dismiss him. Him looking at Aizawa and turning to the boss. And the man does it a turn. You're dismissed. Right now, get to work on trying to figure things out. If there are anyone else left in our operations center, our city, then find them. Now. Yes, boss. Him turning and going to run over to the balcony, taking flight and going to launch himself off very quickly. Well aware that the boss is not in a good mood. Now, Sir Night-Eye does get a lean forwards. You've done good work. I have? Yes, both of you. This is very good. Shinso brought in prisoners, and right now he is coming in. He's done well. He's taken initiative and brought in prisoners. Same can be said for you, Mr. Midoriya. Yes, boss. Deku, mentally noting the man didn't call him Izuku. Now, I am well aware of a few things. This particular instance cannot be overlooked. Coming into family territory and attacking us, here in our home of power. That is an affront, an insult to us. You may as well urinate on my mother's grave. Do you understand me? Yes, Boss. Good. Both of you have done very well in your time as members of the family. And right now, you have the most experience over it does come down to quite a number of things. You have your own specialties. Kami, I want you to be aware. This mission will decide a number of things for both of you. Both of you are going to go out on an assignment, along with Shinso. Are we? Unless you don't feel like you are up to it. I'm well aware that combat is your specialty, Mr. Midoriya. However, distractions are yours. Now, I'm going to promote both of you into a bit of a higher ranking. You were associates when you first came to us. You're currently soldiers. Our soldiers. The military used to have a creed of no soldier was left behind on a battlefield. Right now, someone has decided to steal one of our soldiers. I believe this is a good opportunity to show them what you're all capable of. Especially you, Mr. Midoriya. Right now, Miss Midnight, she's gotten information out of her prisoner. You will go in, and you will deal with the threat, along with a team of people you do choose. I'm assuming she would be on your team, but if not, then say so. She's on the team. Unless you don't want to be. They came to my house. If I can crack a few heads, I'm more than willing. Her going to put a hand on his shoulder. And Deku does it nod himself and go to turn back. Right now, Kami does not remove her hand. And Night-Eye, he does keep his face placid, but note that down mentally. She's connected to him. That's something that may become a problem. Then again, Midnight has theorized as much. These two are an interesting combination. One of a higher life and one of a lower life. A junkyard dog and, well, a poodle who managed to get out of a yard. Then again, perhaps not. Let's see, Mr. Midoriya. While you two should work together, make sure to keep things professional. For the most part. In the meantime, when exactly are you going to introduce me? I'm bored. An old man walking in after he so elegantly kicked in the door. And right now Deku does a good turn as Kami, she does a turn as well. Them flinching a bit as Deku does wince from his injuries. And the old man does come stepping in. God, he's been listening to him rabble on this whole damn time. Make it simple for the kid. Midnight got information. She's figuring a few more things out, and they're reaching out to some contacts. Yes, well, this is Gran Torino. I was hoping to introduce you two under more pleasant circumstances today. Nice to meet you, kid. This lovely lady is yours, then? Him going to bow his head as Deku does a stare at the short man in a kimono. And it does seem a little odd. He's talking to Night-Eye with that much backtalk. Him looking concerned and turning back to Night-Eye. And Night-Eye does get a stand and offer a small bow to Gran Torino. And he does talk about it. This man here is someone who has long been with the family. In fact, he is considered to be a lieutenant only because he did not want to take up the responsibility of being the boss. In fact, he was once the advisor to the seventh boss. Or, well, the second. Third boss? I'm not that old. Yes, it was the third boss. Really? Deku, aware of what Night Eye was trying to do. He got numbers mixed up for him. And Gran Torino seems to know that too. Yikes. So he knows about One for All? So, why are you here then? I was hoping to get a little bit more insight into you. Train you up a bit. Hell, you look like hot garbage, and you're injured. If you're going to be leading an operation, you need time to heal. We don't exactly have that type of time. Listen, Bakugo is captured, and I'm well aware of that. Before you go on ranting and ranting to me, youngster, I've been doing this shit since before you were born. Listen, Midnight got information from the guy. We're confirming it, as I've already said before. Who are you? Okay, that's not funny. Him gonna smile. Now, when they learn a bit more, they'll go. Right now, though, him going to hold up something, talking about it. Midnight wanted him to have this. It's only right if he does have a big old home, he does decorate with quite a few things. And Deku does going to be handed a necklace. Him going to stare at it, a little confused, before he does it to hold it up in his hand. It's made of wolf teeth and does have a strange thread. Along with that, there's, what are these? Beads, stones, rocks? But why would they hand him a necklace of wolf teeth? The man going to grin, talking about it. He was wondering when that would click. Midnight made it especially for him. She said it was a gift for a gift. It's quite nice. He'd recommend wearing it on his assignment. He took out the boss of a White Fang mercenary team. The rest of their guys aren't going to be happy when they learn about that. Whoever's the second in command might try to take charge, but they won't have enough polar leeway. He killed quite a number of their men. From what he's been hearing, well over a dozen. Good job for the first time someone tried to assassinate him. Then again, next time might not be so simple. The man throwing his cane out and smacking it against Deku's leg. Talking about it. Next time they might try to use poison. Though it's not a formal event. Be happy about that. Come on. They need to have a bit more of a chat. Or does this lovely lady know? Deku freezing and turning. Do I know what? I see. Best if you leave then. Be gone with you. The man waving her off. And she does it glare at him before she does open her mouth. Listen, I don't understand what you're talking about. Are you going senile? No. I just have a tenacity to like fucking with people. And right now, I'm done fucking with you. Leave, young lady. There's a private discussion that needs to be had. It's about him, right? Listen, I know something's going on. I don't care what it is, but there's more important matters to go to. I mean, you're talking about us being promoted, so we need to know things, right? We trust each other. I care about him. Her face turning a little red. And right now Deku does a turn to Kami. Him turning and asking, can he tell her? Tell me what? Izuku. 10 people know about it. More people than already should. I understand. But she'd find out at some point, right? Especially if the other things happen. I need to know I can trust her. And she needs to know that she can trust me. I do believe, Miss Kami, it is time for you to know something that Mr. Midoriya, Izuku, is currently dealing with. His position within the family and the hierarchy that is so complicated. Him going to walk over and pour 4 different drinks. Right now, the man closing the door as he's a walk over to meet Tsunade, telling her to sit down. And Kami does have a few things click. Why he was in the slums, why he didn't get out, why he's so fucking powerful, why Mirako and Aizawa trained him. Hell, why the enforcers were all trying to figure this all out. I mean, his family connection. It isn't just some bullshit of one of his parents might work for the family, but this is way bigger than that. He doesn't have a parent who works for the family. His father was All Might. And Deku, whenever he realized Nada was lying to her, he was confused. He wanted to intervene, but the look Gran Torino shot him said it all. Right now, just watch. Right now, listen. And see what happens. Kami, she had a number of questions after hearing this discovery. She looked at Deku and tried to picture All Might. Tried to picture his face in her mind and figure out how the hell that all works. I mean, the mob boss, the big boss of Japan, the man who controlled half of the country even after having a crippling injury, was Izuku's father. Then Izuku has the same power he has. I mean, that is some dangerous combinations. She can see now why Nada was so desperate to claim Deku as a member of the family. It's in his blood. Okay. That's only slightly fucking concerning, though. And there is where Kami does go to slightly calm down, but Night-Eye does go to inform her, leaning forwards and expressing. Now, he doesn't believe he does need to inform her about how particular this secret needs to be kept. There are a number of people who do know Izuku's situation. Mr. Katsuki is one of these people. And the members of the top 5 are these people. Mr. Midoriya's mother, she is one of these people as well. Safeguarding her is something that is highly needed. However, she does not like speaking on this subject. It is rather traumatic. Oh, no, not what you're thinking. I'm confused. This is a lot to take in. I mean, did you know? I did. I see why you're worried about your own privacy. That doesn't change anything. If Bakugo knows, that just means it's more important for us to get him back. It does. If Mr. Midoriya's secret does get out, then things can be particularly bad. Now, right now you are to inform the team to get together, and begin preparations for a potential assault on the White Fang mercenary team. Whatever is left of the remaining institution, the remaining group. We know they may be stationed out in the Badlands, but that will be all we do know. Do you understand? I do. Gather together a team and confirm it with Mr. Midoriya. You will need to go see the doctor, however, Mr. Midoriya. Get your injuries properly tended to immediately. I do believe that recovery girl, she can be paid for by you, correct? Yes, I can pay. Though I would rather not pay for her services, I will. In this instance, my ability, I did rather strain at taking down the mercenary. I pushed a little too far, and one of the doctors is worried about my blood loss. I was hit pretty hard in the back. Along with that, they're at least a little worried about the muscles not healing right. Mr. Midoriya, Izuku, go see Recovery Girl, get your injuries tended to immediately, then head out. Miss Kami, you are free to leave. I'd like to go over additional assignments, potentially, pertaining to Mr. Bakugo. Mr. Katsuki, he may not be in the right state of mind when we find him. We do not know how long he's been in custody, and signs potentially do indicate that his attack was staggered. I see. You are dismissed. Her standing up and going to leave. And the moment she does walk through that door, Deku does a turn and raise an eyebrow. Not I going to inform Izuku. You never know who you can trust. So, is that why you lied to her? Yes. Izuku, this world is not a harsh. Well, this world is full of harsh truths. Many you will not like. Many people don't. But you also cannot surround yourself with false people. You don't know how long you'll be able to trust her for. I see. Do not get me wrong. I'm saying that for one reason. There are many people who, well, they will come and go. They cannot know your deepest secrets. They may think they know you, but they may never. There were a number of things I did not know about Toshinori. But that does not mean I did not know my friend, nor my boss. He was a very complex man, such as you are. If you can surround yourself with people who are good, who you trust, then you can let them know. Until then, let them think they know you. If the time does come to where you do believe that you can trust her, you may have permission to tell her. However, until then, know I have ordered you to secrecy. She will have to understand that. If she does not, then she does not understand professional entanglements within the family. I understand. Do you? Because I did not expect you to understand it. It was not something you were meant to. Deku nodding his head before pausing. Before he does, just go to freeze. Go see Recovery Girl. Then go to Miss Midnight. She may have additional information for you. Him going to stand and walk out. Gran Torino going to wait until Deku does it to leave before beginning the conversation about that young man. And Deku, right now, does go to see Recover Girl. Her going to heal him quickly and go to talk about it. She's done a lot to seal his injuries. Her going to walk over to a fridge, pull it open, and go to grab something. Walking back over and handing it to Deku, informing him. She can charge him directly through the family. He will have to drink this. He already drank something for healing earlier today, correct? I did. Good. That may increase your healing, but right now it won't improve your stamina. This may help. Though, you're going to need to take a break after you're done with whatever assignment you're dealing with. You may not be able to heal normally for a little bit of time. If you rely too much on our healing stuff, it'll become less effective over time. Natural healing will take longer, but humans have been doing it forever. It's better. You might find that your body will give up on you. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I like taking your money. But I'm also a doctor. If you die as my patient, it looks bad on me. Her going to wait for Deku to grab the drink and going to walk over again, pulling a needle out of a drawer and going to hand it up, expressing, "This is adrenaline, mixed with a special little concoction of healing drugs. If Mr. Katsuki is not in a good state, inject him with this. It has enough to help heal some of his injuries quickly, some instantly. More serious injuries that are life-threatening can be staved off, but he will need to come in quickly. The adrenaline should help keep him awake. And if he's in life-threatening danger, it will help keep him awake. If he falls asleep, he may die." Her handing it off to him, talking about it. "Now, go away." Him going to leave, heading over to where Miss Midnight may be, heading down to the basement. Him still a bit confused about this necklace. And there is where people, they do to stop Deku at a security checkpoint. Right now, them verifying who he is and letting him through. As there is where the moment he has to walk through a very secure door, he does start to hear quite a bit of screaming. Him making his way over to the source and going to knock on the door. The loud metal door that does be pulled open after a second. The hoarse voice going to somewhat slow down. At midnight, she has us stand there, right now expressing, bringing up the face shield covered in blood. She does see that she received the gift. And then again, it's more of a trophy. I did. You have information? Yes. Her going to turn. A loud, sudden yelp going to freeze Deku. Before a person does a lean away from the curtain and go to turn, expressing, "The right one popped, she won." Really? I don't believe you. It did. That means that you're buying lunch. I told you it would. Her going to pull off the bloody glove and go to grab a paper, walking back over and informing him. They verified information from 3 different people. They all told them the same thing. And, well, she did have to extract certain items from them in order to get more compliance. Her going to look at the necklace. And Izuku realizes it's made from more than just one particular item taken from one person. And he does just get to stare at it. Him going to look at her as she doesn't bark out laughing, expressing, It's nothing that won't grow back or be missed, given the right quirk. Though, the rock guy, he's not going to really miss that much stuff. They'll take him out after some time. Right now, though, this is a learning opportunity. Tell Shinso her going to hold up a different necklace. This is for him. And Deku does going to take it. Him reluctantly putting it into his pocket. And she does go to express. This stuff can happen all the time. It is not uncommon to take a trophy from someone they defeated. It often is a warning. Something to know. Her going to throw up a finger to Reku's face. But remember, it is also a way to show your status. Just as it will drive away enemies, it may bring people closer to him. If they know he's strong, then it may also have the opposite effect. Him confused, turning and going to leave, but looking over the paper. Right now, walking into the room a few minutes later, and everyone, they do to see Deku currently dressed in some combat attire. Him looking over at Kami, who does go to walk over and take the paper from Deku when he does hold it out, informing everybody. Right, now they have a bit of a problem. A situation. Bakugo was captured, they believe, last night. And if that is the case, then that does mean currently, right now, he's under torture. Deku holding up a necklace. This is for Shinso, the man standing and walking over, as Deku does inform him. Midnight interrogated the men who were after him. She made that from one of his, some of the skin, maybe? Rock guy. Yeah, this looks like him. Ugh. Not that bad, though. I appreciate the gesture. Trust me, it's weird. Very. Kendo does it to say. Her looking at the necklace, a little surprised. It is quite the stunning little necklace. Made from the metal of someone's quirk. It doesn't look that bad, but with some proper polishing or treating those stones, could be mistaken for some expensive items. And she does, as someone stare, a little envious of the gift. And Deku, he does currently going to put his on, talking about it. They took out the leader of the White Fang mercenary team. Specifically him. The guys who were after Shinso were also part of the White Fangs. Right now, they believe the second in command is currently trying to get information out of Bakugo Katsuki. The information he may know is inconsequential right now. Though, if they are looking into other avenues with him, then there could be some other potential danger. Right now, they have to find them and go on a bit of an extermination mission. So, him turning to Kami. Have you told them the whole thing? Yes. Me and Kami are going to be promoted. After the mission, I believe. There's a lot happening right now, and it's all running by fast. I'm sorry, my head's not really in it right now. Are you sure that's a good idea for you to lead it then? I can do this. Me and Bakugo may not have been on the same wavelength for a few years, but he's gotten better. Now, who's on the team? A few people are going to raise their hands. And Deku, he does understand. Beginning to tell people about a plan he may have. They're going out to the Badlands. And the Badlands isn't that different from the slums. Some people are going to do things they may not like. But at the same time, they could also just go in guns blazing. And while that is an option Deku isn't adverse to, it also might be the quickest thing to get Bakugo killed. And that is the part everyone want to avoid, especially because the backlash it may cause on them. So here is currently Deku's plan. A small team that can go in and out, and hopefully locate Bakugo and see that he's alive. Once they get confirmation, they can go in and get him out. If they can cause a distraction, that's all the better. Draw their attention and hopefully keep him alive. And that's where Deku does talk about it. These guys attacked him at his home when he was leaving. If they know where he lives, he'll make a point that they all die. He'll make a point to show them why they shouldn't have tried coming that close. Then Deku, he does hear a voice in the back of his head. That's right, kid. Show him who's boss. Don't let them mess with you. And Deku, he does go to stare out into space for a second before zoning back in. As he does go to nod at the members of the team who do go to stand up with him. And they do begin to leave to prepare their operation into the Badlands. Right now, Deku taking a team of 5 and heading out. And there is a couple hours later. Deku doesn't like to say it. He doesn't like to admit it. But by the time they hit it out there, the sun started to go down. But it wasn't completely down. They still had an hour, maybe an hour and a half of time to kill before it was completely down and darkness would truly reign. Only lanterns and the occasional scattered lights lighting up the Badlands. A place that is truly off the grid. Batteries, radios, really the only thing that does communicate out here. I mean, hell. He's seen a few ways of travel out here. They even have horse. Imagine that. Like they're back in the old days. The old time of Japan where cars were non-existent. Then again, he has seen quote-unquote horse-drawn carriages that have utilized the vehicle. It does mean much. The people out here are trying to get by, keep their heads down. Then again, a lot of the people he's seeing out here, though, do seem to be either related to gangs or potentially criminals. It is almost exactly like the slums. However, without that illusion, no, not illusion, without the idea of retribution from the bosses. The idea that an enforcer will come in here one day, and if they're the ones causing problems, they're the ones causing trouble, they will have someone step in and fuck their shit up. And that definitely does mean something. Right now, Deku going to look at a description of the building. The address, it might be right. The street signs, they are still up. They're one of the only things out here that's maintained besides just bare infrastructure. And, well, the tags on the building do give it a bit away. The White Fang headquarters. It does mean something. He's gonna go in there and take them out. He feels like it's right, it's justified. Among all of these people is the sniper that tried to kill him. The people who were so close to his damn home. And Kimi, she also see the stress Deku does it feel, the tightness in his eyes, the way his teeth do subtly clench. She does go to stare at him. Right now, her, with a few other things going through her mind. And Deku, he does go to let out a bit of a sigh. Toru? Yeah. You know what to do, right? I do. Right now, them huddled a block away. Getting into the city was easy. Being dressed as mercenaries wasn't that big of a deal. They carried weapons, they had armor, and people can tell they were just a little dirty. A good sign that they're local. That's something Deku did tell everyone about. Only Kirishima can really understand how some of these people are acting. The others, they think they understand. They think they know. However, after they did dirty up a little bit of their equipment and make sure not to be too cleanly, people were made aware they might have just been one of the quote-unquote gangs or tribes of the Badlands. And it certainly did mean something. Right now, Deku waiting as Toru does go to head inside. Right now, they were able to check and see that their phones are still active even out here. Though there is only one problem. She is invisible. Everything else on her is not. So, she is tasked with going in there and verifying Bakugo's alive, using her abilities of invisibility. They're expecting it to take 20 minutes. Her slowly sneaking away as her discarded outfit does remain laying on the ground. And it does mean quite a bit. Right now, Deku, he does go to think about himself. He's going to be a distraction. Someone that will take on the mercenary team. He can't say he's disappointed with it. He can't say he doesn't feel that spark of aggression. The way his mind does think about taking them all down. He has power. Why shouldn't he use it? But at the same time, he also does have to think. Too much, too far, too much power? He may bring down the building. It's old, rickety, and might barely be kept standing by these people. He doesn't know. So, he'll throw himself into danger and draw them out. That is his current plan. The others, they were made well aware of it. He'll draw attention as long as he can. Right now, though, leave Toru to be the one to deal with Bakugo. If she does come back requesting their help, then request help. But if things do get too loud, then they get loud. If Bakugo's situation is too dire, then forgo stealth and just get in there and get him out. He'll take them all on himself with as much force as he can, as much power as he can. He does still want to fight. And that's something that Deku, he does resonate with. Some thoughts in his own mind going to gather. Is it just rage? No. He's not powerless anymore. He's a somebody, not a nobody. Why should people come into his sphere of influence, the families, and do what they did? Like Night said, you might as well have pissed on his mother's grave. What they did, it's inconceivable to some people. He's not even sure the other families would have done something like that. Go for an assassination attempt literally in their home territory, let alone their headquarters, their capital. And Deku, he does have this thought go through his mind. Him currently walking right up to the building as the guards they do to see Deku. Him going to stand there and with his hands up. Right now, him letting them fly out to his sides as he has a step forwards. And people do go to watch him, a bit wary. It's only after lightning does go to charge around him and he does throw his hands together with a massive thunderclap that they do go to call for backup. Then again, the sound of lightning booming through the air was something everyone within a good radius certainly heard. And they do go to head directly for Deku, who does a charge right into battle. Well aware that as long as he can play things a little safe, he can keep them going. He can keep up a good appearance. Take them down after he's brought out. And that's his current plan. Play things cautious and play them safe. Though, make sure to maintain some distance, maybe. Make sure to do what he can, maybe. And that's something that Deku, he does currently try to figure out. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.